Hello and welcome everyone to another episode about Dungeon Boss Respawned this time. I've compiled all the knowledge that I have so far, all the messages that I found regarding Dungeon Boss Respawned, all the changes, everything that I found so far. And I'm gonna tell you the most important stuff in this video. I'm gonna most definitely do a follow-up with video during the week until like when I have some questions answered. Obviously, everybody has a real life. Not everyone can be online 24/7, so it's kind of hard getting all the questions answered that I have. So for the start, I'm gonna make a separate video for the new character Raph, because he has a lot of text and probably gonna need some explaining, especially for some of the buffs and debuffs. And I'm still waiting on the responses for those. So first up, I don't have access to the beta yet. It's probably gonna take some time. I'm not that big of a YouTuber, so I don't really have a pass for that. So I'm just taking the screenshots that I got. Most of them are from Boo. So shout out to him for giving us those screenshots to look at. So first up we have a screenshot of the current event that is going on in Dungeon Boss Respawned, which is a calendar event to get the new hero started up and leveled up and everything. So first up, stamina is no more, or at least not currently. So you don't have stamina and you don't have quick loot keys to quick loot dungeons. So you just have to manually run everything at the moment, which is why it's taking quite some time for people to be able to ascend certain characters. So yeah, this video isn't going to cover everything. But yeah, stamina, quick loot keys, out the window at the moment. So how do people get stuff for events? Well, the current calendar event, as it says here, find calendar keys to open calendar doors on the Days of Wrath calendar event for extra loot. The rarer the key used, the better the reward. Gold keys are the rarest. Okay, we know that. It's been the same with the normal calendar events in Dungeon Boss. You can only open each door once, so use your keys wisely. I don't know, and I think it doesn't really matter, but I don't know if it's like the same with all the Dungeon Boss calendar events, where you can open them again after you finished. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it does. So yeah. Complete all daily quests each day for the event for bonus Wrath tokens. Okay. Play the event dungeon Gladiator Pits to test out Wrath's abilities and see him in action. Yeah. That's basically the only way for people to be actually to show off all his abilities and his passives and everything. So as I said, another video. And defeat the rare spawn enemy treasure goblins for amazing loot and bonus whatever. Treasure goblins are, as it says, a rare spawn, and I've gotten the message that they reward a key and either 25 to 50 gems or gold. The gold amount I don't know, sorry, but 25 to 50 gems and a key. The key is probably random rarity, but what I've seen is in the shop, in the event tab in the shop, you can actually upgrade the keys. So what was it? It was 5 bronze keys turn into 1 silver key, and you can turn in 3 silver keys into 1 gold key. So this is purely run dungeons as efficiently as you can, and just keep doing that until you get the keys, until you can upgrade the keys to get the max loot, which seems decent. The current form of events hints that it's going to be a mostly play to get stuff type of game, not the resource heavy just throw out thousands of stamina and quick loot keys every event to get the max rewards and to be put on a leaderboard. This seems a lot more chill for if you don't want to like do as much as possible. Like if you just want to have fun, you can just opt for the silver keys. If you want to actually get the best out of it, you just have to spend a little more time or much more time, depending on how hard it is to get those keys. I don't have any drop chances or anything. Seems good. It's gonna be a more pleasant experience. You're not gonna spend 4 hours each day just quick looting a dungeon, which I like. So as you can see, we have the rewards here, we have the quests here, we have the shop here, which is kind of funny. The speaking bubble, whatever, for the text chat is here. Campaign. I've heard that the campaign is mostly the same, except for that some bosses have new abilities, or different abilities at least. So I'm looking forward to that. Mail, Portal, and Tower of Pawnage. Yeah, the Tower returns. I'm not sure if the Tower shop is the same. I don't think so. But at least the Tower returns. I don't know if the Tower pays out exactly like in Dungeon Boss. I don't know if they changed anything about that. I have no information for that yet. But since nobody mentioned anything, I guess it's kind of the same. Okay, this one done. Here we have a more clean look for the home screen. You can see campaign, social, events, heroes, and my dungeon. So the heroes swap place. They're usually on this side. They're now on the right side. Yeah, the UI got a little mixed up. I think it's gonna be fine. We're all gonna be able to live with that. Yeah, not really much more on the screenshot. The town seems relatively normal. Not a lot of characters on the screen though. And one completely new thing is what was the official term? Storylines, yeah. So each character, as far as I know, has or will have storylines. And you can unlock or complete storylines, I'm not sure, by doing quests related to the specific hero. And you will also gain tokens of the hero for doing these quests. So you're gonna have the option to actually level up your, like star up your hero by using them, which is great. You don't have to only gamble for tokens. You don't have to farm as a brain dead guy for hours on end. You can just play the game, use the character you want to level up and you want to star up, and get it through this. So I haven't actually read this yet. I'm gonna read it afterwards. I'm not gonna bore you with just reading whatever there is on the text here. You can just pause the video and read it yourselves. Yeah, they are gonna bring back the same or similar campaign quests as we know, like level up to a certain level, level your heroes up by a certain amount, send your heroes, whatever, like all the new, all the old stuff basically. One thing is we are getting new titles. There's obviously going to be more new titles, but at the moment there are 3 new titles: Respawned, Realm Walker, and the Omnipotent. I don't know if that's beta exclusive or if we're all going to be able to get them at some point if we played Dungeon Boss before Dungeon Boss Respawned. That's a question to be answered. I'm still waiting on that. I've seen that PvP has gotten a slight rework. When you open My Dungeons, it's more of a top-down view and not like straight on view as we know it. It's at an angle basically, but that doesn't really matter. It's just a visual thing. But I've got a sneak peek into the league system, and every time you rank up a league, you're now getting tokens and gems and gold, obviously. But yeah, tokens and gems. So PvP is actually gonna be worth it again. In the shop, in the base shop, I've also seen tokens for gems. So you can spend gems to get hero tokens. I don't know if that's beta only or if that's gonna stay there. There's not gonna be any runes on release. So runes are non-existent at the moment. Takes me back to the OG Dungeon Boss whenever that came out. There was like level 30 level cap, no runes, nothing. Runes came like, I think, when they introduced the level cap to 50 or something. And another quality of life update is that auto attack stays on when entering a new raid or dungeon. So for everyone who is like already not looking forward to grinding manually all day, yeah, you can just you just basically have to press repeat dungeon start, and then it's automatically gonna start fighting for you, which is nice. Let's go to the balance changes that I've found so far. I've heard from certain people that AoE abilities now do only about a third of single target abilities, which is nice. It's gonna suck if you have a 1v1 with a character who has mainly AoE abilities. But I think they have enough brain power to actually think forwards and try to give every character that is supposed to do damage a good mix of AoE and single target. So AoE is heavily nerfed, I guess, in comparison to the original Dungeon Boss, which is fine. Like AoE shouldn't be able to wipe your whole team with one attack. Damage over times, as like poison, burning, and stuff like that, scale per stack applied. As we all know now, buffs and debuffs are able to be stacked, and I guess it's gonna improve their what's it called? Their effect. It's gonna improve them, I guess, because I've seen abilities where it says adds 3 stacks of this buff for 3 turns. And then I've seen abilities where you add a bonus stack for 3 turns. So I guess stacks are now, like if you have like 4 stacks of, I don't know, of a defense buff, it's maybe gonna be 10% defense per stack, so it's now 40% for 3 turns. The same works with damage over times. I've heard that damage over times are now heavily dependent on getting a lot of stacks. I don't know what a lot of stacks is, probably like 3 to 5 or more. Because apparently at 1 stack they do basically nothing. I don't know yet if damage over times are gonna scale with skill as well. Since there are no runes, it's kind of hard to tell because you can't really compare the before and after. Like you can't just use one hero, run a PvE dungeon with it, see what the damage over time does, and then rerun the same dungeon but now put a shit ton of skill on it. Without runes, that's not possible. So I think this question has to be answered at a later date. Someone mentioned a nerf to dodge chance, which is nice. I'm gonna tell you why it's nice. Dwarves don't have perfect swing anymore, and without runes, perfect swing is basically gonna be reserved for very few heroes and abilities. So without the perfect swing of dwarves, assassins would be OP, especially Arya. So they had to nerf the dodge chance. I don't know how hard they nerfed it. I don't know like if there is some workaround for it. But yeah, nerf to dodge chance, and dwarves don't have perfect swing anymore. And while on the topic of families, um, they have added the human family trait to a few heroes that apparently already had the human family trait in the code, but it wasn't visible. Like I think Augustus, Kai Maikani, and a few others, maybe Ember or something like that. So few have gotten the human family trait. I don't know if the human family trait actually does anything yet. I'm still waiting on that. But yeah, human family has been added. And now to a few hero changes that I know already. Yeah, Black Diamond gained the warrior role, I guess. So she now is a warrior. I don't know if she is still what was the name? If she still kept the role from before, or if that, like, if they changed it around. I guess she is now just a warrior. Arya gained the honor bound family trait, which is nice, I guess. I don't know how strong honor bounds are, so we'll see how that plays out. Lorelei got a heavy nerf. Her S1, her special ability number 1, the Gift of Flight, I think, or something like that, now heals only a percentage of the damage dealt. So this is kind of weird because she's a healer, she's fast. If they keep the same thing that we had in the original dungeon boss, with that fast characters have less attack, and that healers have a worse attack scaling, then she is basically not going to be used anymore. Maybe if, like, the Gift of Flight, that everyone turns into a flying hero and they are immune to debuff, maybe if that is overpowered, maybe then, yes. But until runes are out, she's probably not going to see that much of play. Just by the limiting of factor that she's not going to be able to do enough damage to actually heal your full party. Kobal got a small change. I think that's due to the AoE being nerfed. His second ability, his second special ability, now targets 1 plus 3 randoms and has a 2-turn cooldown. So I guess that's just because of the AoE nerf, because Kobal had 3 AoE abilities. So all of his special abilities were AoE. He would be useless in PvP if all of his abilities are AoE and don't do any damage. So I guess that's why they changed his second ability to be targeted and 3 random attacks. Furnace's first ability, special ability, now only has 30% splash damage. I don't remember on top of my head, off the top of my head, how much he had on the original dungeon boss, but 30% seems low, and it was pointed out especially like from someone. So I guess that's a nerf. But Apps of Steel got changed. Apps of Steel in the original dungeon boss is that heroes can only take 20% of their max life as damage per hit taken. It got changed to 10%. So I guess we're gonna see more construct teams, especially like Furnace, Bauble, Agnon combos. I don't know how many other constructs are currently in the game, because it's only like 65 heroes at the moment, so a lot of heroes got removed or are not in the game yet. I guess they're being worked on in the meantime. Ice Bloom and Igorok got a few changes. Ice Bloom, her, I think, second ability, at least I have written down the name, Cryo Sleep, can now target allies and I think it boosts attack and heals a little bit or something like that. So if you have a hero that you really want to survive until next turn, like let's say you have a Serenity or like a Deegan, you use your Deegan's ability, then you use Ice Bloom, put him in cryo sleep so he can actually survive until next round, and you kill whatever was a threat to your Deegan with some of the other heroes. And the next round Deegan has been healed, since Ice Bloom already heals everyone on her team that has been frozen, and he has an attack buff, so you can just blast again. I think that's why they changed that. And her S3, her last special ability, now does boost damage to chilled and even more damage to frozen enemies. I think it's like a, I don't know, double and triple or 2.5 and 3 times damage multiplier. I mean, she's more of a support hero. You could say a healer. So I guess that's fine. It's probably not going to be overpowered. Igorok got, I think a few of his passives got a little bit buffed. I'm not too sure about that. I haven't written down everything. But he also has boosted damage to chilled and frozen. Does more damage to chilled and does even more damage to frozen heroes. And I think a few of his abilities have been changed so that when he hits a chilled enemy, he freezes them, and if he hits an enemy that does not have chilled or frozen, he just chills them, so he can just stack from chilled to frozen and stuff like that. And he also gained the passive that he gains empowered when a water ally kills an enemy. I don't know what empowered does yet. I guess it's gonna boost some of his stats. But he looks pretty decent so far. Like they might change some things around, especially without runes. Igorok might be a good choice. Might be, because as we all know, he has the highest attack and defense values of all. The classic. And then we have Serenity and Moriko. I already mentioned them, I think, last video. So Serenity got her fast trait removed. She's now only normal speed, and she doesn't give haste yet. But this is only for, I think, first ascension and second ascension. No, first ascension. As I said, it's kind of hard to get all the Evos and the Celestial Evos to ascend all the heroes at once. So we're still figuring stuff out. But for first ascension and no ascension, she is normal speed and doesn't give haste to anyone. So I count that as a nerf. And Moriko doesn't have Forest Remembers. At his 0 ascensions and 1 ascensions, it might be there for fully ascended. I don't know yet. And also a quick side note, since a few of the spirit heroes are not in Dungeon Boss respawned yet, there's obviously also no Spirit Squad. So he also got the Spirit Squad like showcase thingy there removed. I don't know if that's gonna return or if they're gonna stick to something else, but yeah, those have been like most of the stuff that I've found out yet so far. If you know anything more, let me know down in the comments. Write me on Discord or send me an email, whatever whatever you prefer, and I'm gonna compile everything else and put it in another video. I'll try to get some more pictures and screenshots and stuff, and maybe a video or two for the next video. This has been like mostly just a response to the overwhelming success of the last video I did, because it's already at like over 130 views within like not even 2 days, so it's great. Yeah, and I'll hope I catch you either in Dungeon Boss or later on in Dungeon Boss Respawn. Bye bye.